Hello friends, today I will be taking on the topic consumer behavior. This is the topic from Unit 1, Service Marketing. In this we are going to see the 5 stages of consumer behavior. First of all, let me introduce what is consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is a branch which deals with the various stages a consumer goes through before purchasing a product or service for its end use. It is an effort to study and understand the buying tendency and spending patterns of consumers. Not all individuals would prefer to buy similar products. That is why it is necessary to have a study of consumer behavior. Now in this we are going to see the 5 stages which the consumer goes through. First is problem recognition. What is this problem recognition? Problem recognition is the buying process which begins when the buyers recognize that there is a problem or a need. The need can be triggered by internal or external stimuli. In the former case, a person's normal need are hunger, thirst that arises to the thresh level and it becomes a drive. In the later case, a need is aroused by external stimulus and a person finds it important to give a destination to his stimulus, and that is what we call as buying. Okay, then information search. Now as consumer, he will be inclined to search for more information. And from where will he get the information? He can get information from various groups. One can be his personal sources, where he can communicate with his family, friends, neighbors, acquaintance, etc. And the other part is commercial sources, where he can go through advertising, salesperson, dealers, packaging and display, etc. Then there is another source which he can take help is public sources, where he can use the mass media as a vehicle, okay, and as a consumer rating organizations also will help in the consumer to give the right kind of information. The next is evaluation. Evaluation of alternative. The consumers evaluate the alternative service that satisfies his needs with the available information. He evaluates the distinct features of the service, email of the service provider, quality and price. In case of service, the available alternatives are relatively smaller than the goods because the brand choice in service is limited. The quality of service can only be experienced, but it is difficult to compare with other service firms as pre-purchase information of the service cannot be obtained. In evaluating the alternative for the purchase decision, the customer ranking in order of importance the factors that contribute towards the purchase decision. However, the importance are attached to the factors may differ according to the purpose. The next is evaluation is done. After the evaluation is done, then we go to purchase decision. After carrying out a thorough evaluation of various alternatives, the consumer chooses that service provider who will be able to satisfy his needs. The purchase of service is an experience which leads to satisfaction of customer need. Production and consumption of service is a simultaneous activity. The service encounter involves the interaction of the service provider and the customer. The success of the service delivery largely depends on the service encounter. Hence, apart from motivating the staff who deliver the service provider may also be aware of the moods and emotions of the customer and try to influence that moods and emotions in a positive manner. The last stage is post-purchase decision. Only after experiencing the service, the customer will be able to judge the quality of service in relation to his expectation and actual service received. The consumer will experience some level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. In some cases, the legal service, the customer will find it very difficult to judge the service rendered even after receiving the service. Then the next we go managing service customers expectation. Now how do we manage this customer's expectation? That's very important. So we need to ensure a promise which reflects reality. That means out of the many factors that influence customers' expectation, factors like explicit service promises and implicit service promises are completely within a company's control. Managing this promise is a straight, sound approach for managing expectation. While making promise to the customers, company should be realistic and should reflect the actual service they are going to deliver. They should not make false and glorified promises which cannot be fulfilled. Overpromising undermines customers' tolerance and trust are, in other words, exaggerated promises are unnecessary and it is very, very harmful. The next is performing the promise realistically. Yes, that's very important. Customers want service to be delivered as promised. Therefore, reliability is the most important aspect for every customer. Performing the promised service right at the right time directly contributes excellence to the service. Therefore, it is also an indirect benefit for those companies which are reliable. It limits the customer's expectation by reducing the need for recovery service. When the company defaults in keeping up its promises, it drives up customers' expectation because the awareness of the customers goes up and the tolerance goes down. That is why performing the promised service reliability requires strong service leadership through pre and post launch service testing and adequate infrastructure like excellent training to the employee should be given, teamwork and reward system also should be taken care. The next is communicating effectively with the customers. Companies should regularly communicate with the customer. This is very important in understanding their expectation and concerns. That is also provide an opportunity to explain them the service they receive and to express appreciation for the service. The next one, what are the factors which influences the buyer's behavior? First is the social factor. We all know that human beings are social animals and that's why we need people around to talk and discuss about various issues to reach to a better solution and ideas. Social factors influences consumers buying decision behavior, like you can say family influence, preference groups, what role do we play in the society, and what kind of social status do we maintain. These all play a very dual role in understanding or in influencing the consumer's behavior. Next is personal factor. Personal factor, we know that occupation, age, economics condition and lifestyle is something which relates to the buying capacity. First of all, occupation, why it plays an important role? Because it will directly make the marketer understand whether the person is in a position to buy the product or not. Age and human life cycle also influences the buying and behavior of the customers. For example, teenagers would be interested in buying bright and loud colors, but if you go to middle age or elderly people, they would like to prefer something decent and subtle designs for them. So definitely age do matters because the choices varies according to the age. Then economic condition, yes, individual who have high income, you will see that they are buying expensive and premium products as compared to individual from middle and lower income class. That is why it is very necessary to understand the economic condition of the person so that we understand that whether the person can, what kind of products the person can go for, whether he can afford a branded product, whether he can afford an expensive product, and for that we have to understand the economic condition of the person. Yes, the last one is the lifestyle. Lifestyle refers to the way an individual stays in the society. And it's really important for some people to wear branded products, but for some people it is absolutely cool if even if they are not buying in a branded product. An individual staying in a posh quality, he will always try to maintain his status and image, but that completely depends how much he can afford. Okay, so the lifestyle is something which has to do with your style, your attitude, your perception, your social relations, and your immediate surroundings. Next we come to the types of buying behavior. First one is the complex buying behavior. What is complex buying behavior? It involves three-step process. First is the buyers develops beliefs about the product. Second is he or she develops attitude about the product. Third is he or she makes a thoughtful choice about the product. Then next is dissonance reducing a buying behavior. That is where the consumer is highly involved in a purchase but see very little in differences in brands. The purchase is expensive, infrequent and risky, and that is why the consumer is very much highly involved in it. In this case, what will happen is that buyer will go around to learn what is available and what he will buy with a good price. Next is post purchase is where after purchasing what is the experience you get. That is like whether you are getting a positive experience or you get a negative experience. If the buyer get a positive experience, he will definitely recommend his products to other people also. But if he gets a negative experience, definitely he will try to warn other people not to buy that particular product. So that is why the feedback of the consumer plays a vital role after the post purchase. Next is habitual buying behavior. There are many products which are brought under conditions of low involvement, which we normally buy on regular basis, and that is why we say it is a habitual buying behavior. And for low involvement products, the buying process begins with brand beliefs formed by passive learning, and it's also formed by purchase behavior which may be followed by evaluation. So it's very simple. This is something which normally we buy on regular basis, and we don't have to give a thought process for it every time we buy that. Variety seeking behavior, there are some buying which we do where we are looking for variety, we look for newness, we look for innovation. In this cases, what happen is that the consumer can switch on to another product if they don't find the present product not up to the mark, where there is nothing newness, they can switch on to another product for a variety.